Friday. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today's video is going to be a duet narration style romance audiobook recommendations. I've done this video previously, so I'll link my previous video down below in the description so you can have more duet audio book recommendations. If you want more recommendations, just click that video. First we have the Lakefront Billionaires series by Lauren Asher. The first book is Love Redesigned. The heroine comes back to her small town after she ended her engagement, and the hero had always had a crush on her. They all were always childhood rivals. Their mothers are best friends. But something happened to the hero that he couldn't pursue her. And when he moved back to his hometown, he left college. His roommate pursued her instead. That is narrated by Oscar Reyes. I forgot who the female narrator was. Oh, I forgot to tell you what duet narration is about. Duet narration is when all the male narrator says the male character's part, regardless of whose chapter it is, and the female narrator says the female main character's part, regardless of whose chapter it is. The next book in the Lakefront Billionaires series. The second book in the Lakefront Billionaires series is called Love Unwritten. From the first book, he is a billionaire single dad, and it's a nanny romance. And he gets his romance with his nanny. It's also more emotional because the his son is going blind. It's narrated by Oscar Reyes again and Vanessa Edwin. This is a scarred heroine, grumpy sunshine romance. It was so good, so emotional. I cried. Now, as far as I know, this is the only fantasy romance audiobook that I've seen that are not graphic audiobooks. And this is Till Death by Miranda Lynn. We follow the heroine who is like the Grim Reapers. She has to kill whoever the Grim Reaper tells her to, or she'll get killed herself. And her father put her into an arranged marriage with an awful guy from another kingdom, but she gets kidnapped by someone else, and she is forced to marry her kidnapper. I thought the audiobook was great. This is the first time I've ever read, as I said, a fantasy romance audiobook in duet narration style, and the male narrator is one of my all-time favorite narrators, Teddy Hamilton. Next, it's a hockey romance series, and I read this series because of Jen from the book Refuge. It's Love and Hockey by Lauren Blakely. It's called The Boyfriend Goal, and that's a teammate's little sister romance. They had a one-night stand. She didn't know he was a hockey player, and he didn't know she was his teammate's little sister, but they figure that out when she needs a place to stay, and the hero volunteers because he wants to make a good impression on his new teammate because he just transferred to a new team. And they figure it out when the hero and the heroine see each other in his apartment. And this was narrated by Connor Craze and Aaron Mallon, and it was very cute. It's a nerdy heroine which is a kind of closeted nerdy hero, and the hero has dyslexia, so there's dyslexia representation. It was great. Next book in that series, which is my favorite book in the series so far, is The Romance Line, and we follow the publicist of the hockey team and one of the hockey players who had not so good relationship with the media. The heroine is a scarred heroine, and the hero makes her feel beautiful even with her scars, and I love that. The audiobook is narrated by Teddy Hamilton and Vanessa Edwin. The Holland Brothers series by Rebecca Jenshak. The first book is called Burnout, and it's a romance between a gymnast and a motocross stunt racer, and it was so good. It was narrated by Teddy Hamilton and Aaron Mallon. We have book 2 in the Holland Brothers series, and it's a fake dating relationship, and we follow one of the Holland brothers and this heroine who gets his fan mail, and because he didn't tell the mailing UPS that he changed his address, so she gets his fan mail, and all of the women who sends their underwear in the mail to her, and they wind up in a fake dating relationship, and it was so good. Rated by Jacob Morgan and Juno Cooper, and they did so good. I love Jacob Morgan. He is one of my all-time favorite audiobook narrators. And the first audiobook Juno Cooper narrated, and I think she did great. It was a very good fake dating romance. Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, and this is a dark comedy romance. We follow this trauma nurse, and she is a fan of math TikTokers online, and her next door neighbor, best friend, so happens to be the math TikToker, and she finds that out, and they form this relationship, and dark stuff happens in this book, and it was so good. It was narrated by Jacob Morgan. Also, if you don't want to use an Audible credit, this audiobook is on our end. The Striker by Anna Wong. It's a teammates rivals younger sister romance. Audiobook is narrated by Shane East and Stella Hunter. The accents in this audiobook are amazing. They talk in British accents. Shane East does a French accent for one of the guy characters. The female characters, Scarlett's brother Vincent, he speaks with a French accent. And I always loved Shane East, but when he speaks in a French accent, I think that's just so swoony. This audiobook was so good. Shane East and Stella Hunter really brought out Asher and Scarlett's mental health struggles. So if you're gonna listen to this book, I highly recommend the audiobook. Vancouver Storm series by Stephanie Archer. It's a hockey romance series. The first book is called Behind the Net, and the heroine works for the hero. So it's a workplace romance, and they used to go to school together. It is narrated by Tim Page. The second book is called The Fake Out, and I believe that's narrated by Connor Craze. We follow another hockey guy and the physical therapist on the team. They used to go to school together. For reasons, they have to enter a fake relationship, and the hockey player has always had a crush on the heroine, but the heroine always had a boyfriend, but they're in this fake dating situation, and eventually the hero is gonna take his shot. The third book in that series is called The Wingman, and it's a friends to lovers romance. The Vancouver Storm series by Stephanie Archer is very spicy. Last recommendation that I have is the Fight Game series by Nick Castle. All the books in that series are in Duet Narration. The first book is called 5 Rounds. The second book is called 2 Fights. The third book is called 3 Counts. The fourth book is called 1 Last Shot. And the fifth book is called The Fourth Degree. Those are all the audiobooks I have for you today. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Liking this video would help me out a lot. And I'll see ya Monday. Bye. Have a good weekend.